Hi, my name is ADuffy, and I am a student at the Fox School of Business at Temple University. I am currently studying marketing as my major and international business as my minor. I'm also taking German classes on the side because I am half German on my mother's side, and I want to be able to better communicate with my family over there. At Temple, I've been fortunate to join two student professional organizations, one being the American Marketing Association and the other one being the International Business Association. Both of these associations will help me to grow as a leader and maybe one day become leader of those SBOs, and they also help me to grow my network. One of the ways that I can grow my network through these SBOs is by the events they host. One of the best examples I can give for this year so far is the Fox Three-Way. The Fox Three-Way brought three SBOs together, one being the American Marketing Association. And the sole purpose of this get-together was so that students could come together, meet each other, make new friends, find new people to connect on LinkedIn, and just to have a good time. I'm also a very diverse and outgoing student at Temple. I have been fortunate to travel a lot to Europe. I've been to countries such as France, Italy, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Great Britain, and I hope to go to many, many more. Having this diversity means I can make a better work environment because I can connect with other people from different cultures. It also allows me to get a different perspective if a certain problem comes up and we need to find a solution. I think all of these skills and talents will help me to really blend the culture in with this company. One of my most significant accomplishments throughout my life has been earning my Eagle Scout. It's an accomplishment that not many people get to do in their life. I was number 90 in my troop alone, and we had hundreds of scouts come through throughout the years. In summary, what I had to do for my project was I redid the outside and surrounding areas of my middle school out in Westchester, Pennsylvania. I first had to contact my principal and see if they had any ideas for projects that I could do for them. The reason I picked my middle school in particular to reach out to was because I had gone there also for my elementary school and kindergarten. It had been a major part of my life. 9, 10 years spent in the same place, and I really wanted to give back to them. So once I had reached out and they had given me a list and I had picked it, I had to then write up a detailed plan about how much it was going to cost, how long it would take to do, where I would get the manpower from. The next thing I had to do after that was I had to present it to the principal and other teachers. Once I got their approval, I then had to go to the Eagle Scout board, which was a little more rigorous and a little more crucial to the overall process. The next step, which in my opinion was the most fun, was the actual completion of the project. It was really enjoyable to see all the scouts come out, work together, and it was also a real honor and a privilege to lead all of them in this task. I believe that's very important when leading, to make sure that everything is done correctly, efficiently, and on time. Because in the business world, those are really key for success in the future. The final step in this whole process was writing up an evaluation on how I had done in this project. This evaluation was really important to me. I really wanted to be honest with myself and to see what I could have done better and even how I could improve on what I could have done better in the future. I made sure to give myself constructive feedback and that not to just look at it as another assignment, because this is something that could really impact me down the road if I realized the mistake I had done now. During my time in leadership and organizational management, I have learned a lot about what it takes to be a leader. I have learned that we are all called to be leaders, whether we realize it or not. A key part to being a leader is being knowledgeable in not only the area that you studied in college or that in the job that you're currently working in, but to be knowledgeable in the world altogether. One of the best ways to do this is to keep up to date by reading the Wall Street Journal. Personally, this allows me to learn new information every day about something that could impact my job or even my future finances. For example, I read an article not that long ago that talked about how AT&T wanted to buy Time Warner for roughly $85 billion. It laid out how AT&T wanted to move into the television market and the impact it would have on both companies and their stocks. As a possible stock buyer myself, it could determine whether I buy the stock now or if I wait a little bit longer and buy it later. I've also learned the difference between being a leader and being a manager. For example, a leader is someone that identifies goals out of desire, while a manager identifies goals out of necessity. Personally, I enjoy both managing and leading. I like to be in charge and to make the final decision, while at the same time ensuring that the task gets done correctly and efficiently. I feel that I best demonstrate this in the most recent project I worked on, where we had to determine a band or an artist that had the best future longevity. During this project, I stepped up and made sure that everyone completed their tasks efficiently and that everyone was on the same page for when we had meetings timed, for when we had certain deadlines during the project, and when it came to recording, to make sure that everyone did the best that they could. I did this by giving each of them constructive feedback on what they did correctly and what they did incorrectly. But more importantly, when they did something wrong, I made sure that it was constructive, that it was helpful, and that it wasn't demeaning. I myself received high praise for my communication skills and my punctuality, but I learned that I need to improve more on the way I communicate through email. I learned that if somebody sends an email to multiple people and wants multiple reply from all of them, that it's better to hit reply all, for example, than just to reply that one person. That way everyone on the team is on the same page. That's something I personally could improve on. From this constructive feedback, I learned how to better myself in the future and how to make sure that I keep growing as a business person and as an individual.